Donald Trump has never been one to keep his wealth under wraps. In fact, he practically embodies the concept of opulent living. His Palm Beach property resembles a palace fit for contemporary nobility. Further north, he owns Seven Springs, a vast compound that feels more like a tiny town than a mere residence. When it comes to air travel, Trump doesn't cram into economy seats like most people. Instead, he takes to the skies in his personal $100 million private jet. And let's not overlook his extravagant vehicles. His collection has included a Lamborghini Diablo and a custom-made gold motorcycle that's almost beyond imagination, yet utterly unforgettable. Now, let's delve deeper into the life of luxury he leads. President Trump's immense fortune is a subject of lively debate. Although the exact value of his fortune remains uncertain, various estimates suggest it's somewhere between $5.8 billion and $6.68 billion. However, Donald Trump frequently asserts that his actual wealth exceeds these figures. As of November 4th, 2024, Forbes values Trump's net worth at $5.6 billion, marking a $1.9 billion increase since 2016 and a $3.1 billion rise compared to 2020. Contrasting this, Bloomberg provides a higher estimate, pegging his wealth at $6.61 billion, with a majority derived from real estate holdings. The discrepancies in these valuations arise from differing property assessments and Trump's own perception of his brand's worth. Here's where things get intriguing. Trump has been known to playfully address these figures. He claims that his wealth can vary depending on a market, public perception, or even his mood on any given day. Back in 2015, just before launching his presidential campaign, he shared a brief financial statement estimating his net worth at $8.7 billion. Forbes, on the other hand, cast doubt on his $9 billion assertion, valuing it instead at approximately $4.1 billion. In August 2023, New York Attorney General Letitia James alleged in court that Donald Trump had inflated his wealth. She claimed that between 2011 and 2021, Trump had overstated his net worth by anywhere between $812 million and $2.2 billion annually. James also initiated a lawsuit targeting Trump, the Trump Organization, and his children, accusing them of committing over 200 acts of fraud through asset misrepresentation. Despite the controversy, Trump's fortune remains noteworthy, particularly when compared to other U.S. presidents. Ranked as the 473rd richest individual globally on Bloomberg's list, his net worth far surpasses that of former presidents like Barack Obama, estimated at $40 million, and Bill Clinton, who is worth around $80 million. While his wealth doesn't rival titans like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, it's substantial enough to purchase far more golf courses than he could ever visit. Then there's his penchant for luxurious real estate. In fact, this is where Trump's financial standing truly shines. From 1983 to 2019, he called a 3-story penthouse atop Trump Tower in Manhattan his primary residence. Designed by Angelo Donga, the luxurious penthouse was crafted in the opulent Louis XIV style, showcasing gold-accented furniture, marble detailing, ornate frescoed ceilings, and dazzling crystal chandeliers. In 2017, Forbes estimated the value of this 11,000-square-foot residence at an impressive $64 million. By 2019, Trump had officially changed his main address to Mar-a-Lago, located in Palm Beach, Florida. This grand property boasts 62,500 square feet of space, stretches across 17 acres, and contains 126 rooms. Originally constructed in the 1920s by Marjorie Merriweather Post, she later gifted it to the National Park Service with the intention of it serving as a winter White House. However, due to the prohibitively high costs of maintaining the estate, it was handed back to the Post Foundation in 1981. Trump purchased Mar-a-Lago in 1985 and made it his residence. By 1994, Trump concluded that the estate's splendor was too extraordinary to be enjoyed by him alone. As a result, he converted it into the Mar-a-Lago Club, an exclusive members-only retreat featuring guest accommodations, a spa, and a variety of upscale amenities. Members could socialize, savor world-class cuisine, and perhaps catch a glimpse of Trump himself, who maintained a private suite within the estate. The situation became a bit more tangled. In 1993, as part of the process to convert Mar-a-Lago into a club, Trump reached an agreement with the town of Palm Beach. Under this arrangement, Mar-a-Lago was no longer to be classified as a private residence. Anyone staying there, including Trump himself, was restricted from remaining on the property for more than 3 non-consecutive weeks each year. Fast forward to September 2019, Trump and his wife, Melania, officially designated Mar-a-Lago as their primary home, moving their residence from New York City. Unsurprisingly, this decision raised plenty of questions. Many wondered whether Trump had overlooked the terms of that earlier deal. But the attention wasn't solely on Mar-a-Lago. It also turned to his presidential earnings, or, more accurately, the fact that he waived them. As president, Trump earned a $400,000 annual salary, yet he opted to donate the entirety of it to various federal projects and departments. Among the organizations that benefited were the National Park Service, the Department of Education, and the Department of Health and Human Services. This decision reflected a campaign promise he made in 2015, vowing to forego his presidential salary if elected. Beginning in April 2017, he started making donations every quarter, starting with $100,000 to the National Park Service, and continued supporting various federal departments throughout his presidency. In 2019, Trump directed his third-quarter salary to the Department of Health and Human Services to assist efforts against the opioid epidemic. The following year, he allocated his first-quarter earnings to the same department to support research into new COVID-19 treatments. But his donations didn't end there. He contributed to the Department of Education, helping fund a STEM camp for children aimed at fostering interest in science, technology, engineering, and math. Trump also turned his attention to preserving the nation's history, donating to restore historic battlefields. The National Park Service utilized this contribution to enhance infrastructure and repair trails, ensuring safer and more accessible sites where visitors could engage with the country's heritage. It didn't take long for PolitiFact to weigh in. The fact-checking organization examined Trump's decision to donate his presidential salary and rated it as a fulfilled promise. In the world of politics, this is akin to receiving a glowing 5-star review. A significant portion of Trump's wealth can be attributed to his real estate enterprises, which encompass ventures like hotels, casinos, and golf courses. Beyond this, he benefited financially from his father, a prominent real estate developer, through inherited wealth, monetary gifts, and loans. Trump has also generated income from a variety of Trump-branded products, which have included items such as neck tees, steaks, and even urine test kits. One particular product, Trump Steaks, was a line of premium meat launched in May 2007, marketed via the Sharper Image and QVC. Despite its ambitious promotion, the Sharper Image discontinued sales by July 2007, citing poor performance and underwhelming demand. The steaks, which were certified USDA Angus, were sold in 4 different package options ranging in price from $199 to $999. For $199, customers received a selection that included 2 ribeyes, a pair of filet mignons, and a dozen burgers. A Trump Steak gift card was once sold for the hefty price of $1,037, promoted with the slogan, "The World's Greatest Steaks." Donald Trump even appeared on the cover of the June 2007 Sharper Image catalog to endorse the steaks and introduce the product on QVC on June 5, 2007. Beyond steaks, Trump's name has been tied to a variety of other branded items, including neck tees. Long before he intertwined politics with personal endeavors, Trump was building his brand with products ranging from tailored vitamins and vodka to premium steaks sold exclusively at the Sharper Image, as well as extravagant bronze chandeliers. In 2009, Trump unveiled the Trump Network, a venture that marketed custom vitamins and diagnostic kits aimed at promoting better health. One standout product was a urine test kit that purported to customize nutritional supplements to suit individual needs. Customers would provide a urine sample, receive a tailored health assessment, and then be supplied with a vitamin package called Custom Essentials, created by a third-party lab. The Trump Network once offered 48 unique vitamin formulations based on the test results. An archived version of the network's website indicates that the private testing process and a month's supply of Custom Essentials were priced at $139.95, with retesting available for $99.95 plus shipping fees. The organization recommended conducting retests every 9 to 12 months. Regardless of whether the science backed it, associating Trump's name provided a significant advantage to Ideal Health. Former marketing employees revealed that the company expanded rapidly following the rebranding effort. Earlier, I brought up how much Trump earned during his time as president. However, that's just a small portion of the benefits tied to the position. Being president doesn't just come with a salary. It's paired with a lifetime of privileges. Let's delve into this. Trump's presidential benefits. During his presidency, Donald Trump enjoyed a lifestyle tailored for absolute ease and efficiency, enabling him to meet the demands of his role effectively. Central to this way of life was the White House, which served both as a residence and a workplace for Trump and his family. It wasn't merely a residence for Trump. This was his operational hub, his stronghold, and, let's admit it, quite the impressive perk for a role loaded with pressure and responsibility. But let's momentarily put aside the constant stream of meetings and weighty decisions. Let's dive into the enjoyable aspects instead. Among the indulgences were a private 51-seat cinema, a fully equipped bowling alley, a billiard room, and even a putting green. For outdoor enthusiasts, there was a basketball court, tennis court, and an expansive garden ideal for walks and hosting events. Dining was never an issue, thanks to an on-site restaurant with a team of expert chefs on hand, ready to whip up anything from everyday fare to elaborate state dinners. Naturally, such a luxurious lifestyle also required health management. A personal trainer was always available, ensuring he could fit in a workout amid his busy schedule. Then, there was the dedicated full-time staff, maids, butlers, and maintenance personnel, all working tirelessly to ensure every corner of the White House remained in perfect order. Whether facing an urgent press announcement or hosting an unexpected dinner with global dignitaries, the staff ensured the residents stayed immaculate and fully prepared for anything. Whenever the president embarked on a journey, he departed the White House in unparalleled style. His primary mode of transportation was the iconic Air Force One, a specially designed Boeing 747 that functioned both as a mobile command center and an airborne stronghold. Adorned with United States of America, the presidential seal, and the American flag, this legendary vessel was always prepared to whisk him away to any corner of the globe. The aircraft boasted an impressive interior, offering over 4,000 square feet spread across 3 levels, complete with a presidential suite, a spacious office, and a dedicated conference room. In case of emergencies, the plane was equipped with a fully operational medical suite staffed by a doctor. Additionally, Its two expansive kitchens were capable of preparing meals for as many as 100 passengers. From advisors and Secret Service agents to members of the press, everyone aboard was well-fed and mission-ready, because diplomacy tends to go smoother on a full stomach. However, the Flying Fortress wasn't always necessary. For shorter journeys, the president often relied on Marine One, a helicopter that offered swift and convenient transport, even for overseas destinations. While on the move, he was transported in the presidential motorcade, consisting of heavily armored limousines overseen by the Secret Service and equipped with cutting-edge security measures to ensure his safety. A dedicated team of Secret Service agents safeguarded him at all times, whether he was in public or private settings. Originally established in 1865 to tackle the issue of counterfeiting, the Secret Service took on the responsibility of protecting presidents following McKinley's assassination in 1901. This highly skilled agency worked in partnership with federal, state, and local organizations, collaborating with entities like the Metropolitan Police, U.S. Park Police, and military teams for tasks such as bomb detection and handling emergencies. During Trump's travels, Secret Service agents worked in conjunction with local officials to maintain the highest levels of security. Beyond protection, the president also had access to premier healthcare services. The White House Medical Unit, staffed around the clock by medical professionals, was always prepared to assist the president and his family. Along with these privileges came unique luxuries. The president could retreat to Camp David, a secluded estate in Maryland designed for relaxation and privacy. At the White House, he had access to the exclusive Navy mess and wardroom, a refined dining area within the West Wing that honors presidential tradition. Every year, the president is granted a $50,000 tax-exempt stipend to cover personal and official expenses, in addition to a $100,000 travel budget and $19,000 earmarked for official entertainment needs. These funds are designed to address both the public and private aspects of the presidency, allowing flexibility to meet the demands of the role. Upon assuming office, a newly elected president is allotted up to $100,000 for redecorating the White House. This budget allows the first family to personalize the private quarters on the upper floors by selecting new furniture, paint, wall art, and bedding to suit their preferences. Typically, the First Lady plays a central role in this process, often collaborating with an interior designer. Together with the White House curator, they work to make the living areas comfortable while preserving the historical integrity of the residence. Congress established this redecorating budget at a $100,000 limit per term during Bill Clinton's second term. However, the first family is not obligated to use the allocation. In fact, some presidents have chosen not to utilize these funds at all. For example, the Obamas declined both the budget and offers of private donations, opting instead to personally pay for all the updates to their quarters. In the same way, every first family has the opportunity to fund their personal expenses out of their own pockets, but they are required to follow strict rules that protect the historical integrity of the White House. The Trumps, much like their predecessors, could also opt to shoulder these costs independently. However, even when they choose to pay for things themselves, they must abide by regulations designed to prevent mishaps, like painting over a historic wall or replacing a valuable antique. Each commander-in-chief leaves a unique imprint on the White House during their tenure. For example, the Kennedys introduced a swimming pool, Nixon installed a bowling alley, and Obama reimagined the tennis court so it could double as a basketball court. While significant modifications like these require formal approval, they stand as enduring symbols of each family's legacy in the White House. As President Trump took vacations, a common privilege among U.S. presidents, the practice inevitably sparked discussion. Ever since Ulysses S. Grant visited Martha's Vineyard in 1874, the island has remained a popular getaway for leaders such as John F. Kennedy, Bill Clinton, and Barack Obama. However, a presidential vacation is far from a simple matter of donning sunglasses and enjoying a quiet drink by the shore. It brings its own unique set of challenges and controversies. The public often places as much attention on a president's leisure trips as they do on major policy changes, keeping track of every round of golf and every flight taken. Even when a commander-in-chief is basking in the sunlight, scrutiny is constant and opinions are abundant. Each president faces the tough task of juggling the demands of their office with the necessity of taking some time off. Expectations from the public are frequently high, with some assuming a president should never truly step away from their duties. Take John Adams, for instance, who faced backlash for prioritizing time with his ailing wife, even though it was a deeply personal obligation. Over the years, presidents have taken breaks of various durations, with James Madison's 4-month retreat toward the end of his presidency in 1816 standing out as one of the lengthiest in American history. However, not all vacations have been serene. Poor James Garfield was tragically shot while departing Washington for a getaway. Meanwhile, some presidents have faced public disapproval for indulging in lengthy or overly lavish vacations. Take Theodore Roosevelt, for example. He found great joy in escaping the hustle and bustle of Washington by going on extended hunting excursions. However, this didn't sit well with the public, who felt he was enjoying himself too much while the rest of the country toiled. A similar sentiment emerged with Franklin Roosevelt, who preferred spending his downtime aboard his yacht. Many believed his place was in the Oval Office addressing the nation's challenges, rather than relaxing on the water. Jump ahead a few decades, and we see George W. Bush opting for ranch getaways during the Iraq War, a choice that drew criticism from those questioning how he could take a break while a conflict raged on. Likewise, Barack Obama's trips to Martha's Vineyard during an economic crisis sparked disapproval. Critics argued that lounging by the seaside wasn't the leadership they needed as the economy struggled. While serving as president, Donald Trump faced scrutiny over the expenses associated with his frequent travel, particularly for golf. By May 2019, estimates placed the total cost of his golf-related trips at over $102 million. Of this, $81 million went toward visits to Florida, $17 million to New Jersey, and at least $3 million for a two-day stay in Scotland in 2018. Even a brief stop at his Los Angeles resort reportedly came with a $1 million price tag. Trump defended these trips, labeling them working vacations, in response to remarks that he was taking excessive leisure time. Before entering the political arena, Trump was far from inactive. His time was consumed by a diverse range of projects, spanning from real estate and casinos to hotels, and even the world of reality television. His business ventures were extensive, demanding his constant attention. Now, let's delve deeper into it. A look at Donald Trump's business ventures over the years. Real estate has remained the cornerstone of Donald Trump's professional life, particularly in developing skyscrapers, resorts, casinos, and golf courses. His career began in 1968 with his involvement in Trump Management, his father's company. By 1971, he had taken over the reins and, 2 years later in 1973, rebranded the company as the Trump Organization. In his early career, Trump concentrated on managing rental properties aimed at middle-class residents in areas like Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. One of his initial ventures involved revitalizing Swifton Village, a Cincinnati apartment complex that had been acquired by his father for $5.7 million following a foreclosure in 1962. By the time Trump completed his college education in 1968, he was already receiving annual gifts of $1 million from his father. His first significant project in Manhattan was the Grand Hyatt Hotel, a development that cemented his reputation in the real estate world. The property, formerly the outdated Commodore Hotel located next to Grand Central Terminal, caught Trump's attention as an opportunity for transformation. He decided to give the building a modern overhaul, replacing its old exterior with a sleek glass facade and incorporating an atrium. When the hotel reopened as a Hyatt in 1980, the project earned him considerable public recognition. The following year, in 1981, Trump acquired and remodeled a structure on 3rd Avenue in New York City, converting it into Trump Plaza, a cooperative apartment complex where residents gained partial ownership of the property. In 1980, Donald Trump tore down the historic Bonwit Teller store to make way for Trump Tower. Controversy erupted after his company destroyed prized Art Deco sculpture from the store's facade, which had been pledged to the Metropolitan Museum of Art prior to the demolition. By 1983, Trump had completed Trump Tower, a 58-story skyscraper located in Midtown Manhattan. The ambitious project required intricate dealings to secure the Bonwit Teller property, adjacent land, and air rights from a neighboring building. The New York Times highlighted Trump's achievement in 1978, crediting his tenacity and negotiation expertise. In 1984, Trump unveiled a proposal to develop a large-scale project on Manhattan's biggest undeveloped parcel. Initially named Television City, later rebranded as Trump City, the ambitious plan called for nearly 8,000 residential units to house approximately 20,000 people, nearly 10,000 parking spaces, 3.6 million square feet for TV and film production facilities, and 2 million square feet for luxury retail. At its core would be an enormous skyscraper, anticipated to rise twice as high as adjacent 76-story structures. By 1988, Trump acquired Manhattan's famed Plaza Hotel at a price of $400 million, appointing his wife, Ivana, to oversee its operations and modernization. That same year, he also secured ownership of the Taj Mahal Casino in Atlantic City, joining forces with Merv Griffin and Resorts International in the venture. The casino first opened its doors in April 1990, with a staggering price tag of $1.1 billion, making it the priciest casino in the world at that time. However, its construction was funded by $675 million in high-interest junk bonds, which ultimately caused it to file for bankruptcy the following year. To fend off substantial financial losses, an agreement was reached between banks and bondholders to restructure the debt. The Taj Mahal Casino emerged from bankruptcy on October 5, 1991, after Trump relinquished 50% of his ownership to bondholders in exchange for reduced interest rates and extended repayment periods. To further alleviate financial strain, he sold both his Trump Shuttle airline and his 282-foot yacht, the Trump Princess. By 1996, Trump had acquired a vacant 70-story skyscraper located at 40 Wall Street in Manhattan, which he completely renovated and renamed the Trump Building. In 1998, he partnered with Conseco to purchase the General Motors building for $878 million, financing the deal largely through a $700 million loan from Lehman Brothers, while reportedly contributing only $15 to $20 million of his own capital. In 2001, his 72-story Trump World Tower near the United Nations was completed, and he also began work on Trump Place, a sprawling development along the Hudson River. Additionally, Trump held on to retail space in the Trump International Hotel and Tower at Columbus Circle, a property he had acquired in 1996, along with several million square feet of prime real estate across Manhattan. In 2002, Trump purchased the historic Hotel Delmonico in Manhattan. After extensive renovations, the building reopened in 2004 as Trump Park Avenue, a 35-story luxury condominium residence. In 2007, Trump acquired a property located on North Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills, California, for $7 million. The following year, he expanded his holdings by purchasing the adjacent house from Omar Bongo, the president of Gabon, for $10.35 million. However, in 2009, he sold this second property at a financial loss, receiving $9.5 million, $850,000 less than what he had originally paid. By 2016, this same house resurfaced on the market with an asking price close to $30 million. Beyond personal acquisitions, Trump has also permitted his name and image to be used in real estate ventures, including 2 Florida developments that ultimately faced foreclosure. In 2006, Trump secured a large estate in Scotland with plans to develop a golf resort. Despite resistance from residents and the fact that the area was environmentally protected, the 2011 documentary You've Been Trump highlighted the disputes between Trump and the local community. In 2015, he was unsuccessful in an appeal to block the installation of an offshore wind farm near the resort. By 2019, Scottish Natural Heritage announced that the golf course had inflicted permanent harm on the region's sand dunes, resulting in the removal of the area's special environmental designation in 2020. Additionally, Trump purchased the Turnberry Golf Resort in Scotland in 2014, a well-known venue for hosting the Open Championship. Following the 2021 Capitol riot, the RNA decided against hosting the Open at Turnberry as long as it remains associated with Trump. Over the years, Trump has attached his name to numerous real estate projects and consumer products, achieving varying levels of success. Back in 2011, Forbes assessed the value of his brand at $200 million, while Trump himself asserted it was worth $3 billion. Many property developers have paid Trump to promote their projects and use his name to attract buyers, even though he doesn't own the majority of these properties. According to Forbes, the licensing aspect of his business, mostly overseen by his children, is valued at approximately $562 million, making it his most significant financial asset. As of now, there are 33 active licensing deals, including 7 condominium hotels under the Trump International Hotel and Tower umbrella. Despite this, the Trump brand appears to have diminished in value since his entry into politics. A 2015 study revealed that affluent consumers were beginning to perceive the Trump brand as less luxurious and sophisticated. This shift in perception has resulted in some shoppers avoiding Trump-branded goods and a measurable decline in occupancy rates at Trump hotels. Beyond real estate, Trump has also shown a considerable interest in professional sports ventures. Since the 1980s, Trump has made multiple attempts to acquire an NFL team, but none have been successful. During the mid-1980s, he purchased the New Jersey Generals, a team in the rival United States Football League, USFL. Trump encouraged the league to file a lawsuit against the NFL in an effort to secure a merger. Although the USFL technically won the case, the verdict did not achieve the merger or yield significant financial rewards. Not long after, the USFL dissolved and Trump's rivalry with the NFL persisted. He publicly criticized the organization, including advocating for a boycott during controversies surrounding players kneeling during the national anthem. Trump expressed enthusiastic support for college football, particularly in the southern United States, where he frequently attended prominent games and was often warmly welcomed. Historian Nicholas Sarantakes compared this engagement to how President Richard Nixon used football as a form of political symbolism. The Hill reported that Trump's preference for college sports was partly influenced by his ongoing disputes with major leagues like the NFL and NBA. Additionally, Trump is an enthusiastic golfer who owns several courses and is a supporter of the lucrative LIV Golf Tour. Since its June 2022 debut, 5 of the tour's tournaments have taken place on Trump-owned courses. He maintains a strong relationship with Saudi Arabia and has shared the golf course with Yasser Al-Rumayyan, the head of Saudi Arabia's public investment fund. Al-Rumayyan could potentially oversee the live tour, provided a rumored £1 billion deal materializes. With Trump in the picture, Saudi Arabia's influence on golf seems poised to expand. Additionally, Trump has deep connections with prominent sports figures. On election night, he was joined by hockey icon Wayne Gretzky, UFC chief Dana White, and 2024 U.S. Open golf champion Bryson DeChambeau. Trump's investments are primarily centered on the financial and commodity sectors. His stock holdings total at least $70 million, though he continues to favor real estate as his preferred asset. In 2011, facing a slow real estate market and low interest rates, Trump shifted to the stock market, where he found steady income through dividends and growth in stock value. By 2014, he had profited on 40 of the 45 stocks he purchased, with significant earnings from investments in companies such as Bank of America, Boeing, and Facebook, which brought in millions. By 2015, his stock portfolio was valued between $33.4 million and $87.9 million, spanning industries like technology, oil, pharmaceuticals, and manufacturing. His notable investments include household names such as Apple, Nike, Coca-Cola, and Google. He possesses assets exceeding $78 million, spanning stocks, bonds, and various funds managed by institutions like JP Morgan, Barclays, Deutsche Bank, and Oppenheimer. Additionally, Trump channels investments into small and medium-sized enterprises, such as Tesla, along with international funds across Europe and Asia. Among his most significant fund holdings is BlackRock's Obsidian Fund, valued between $25 million and $50 million. He also has approximately $16.2 million tied up in Baron Capital Management. A considerable portion of his income comes from dividends and capital gains generated by these investments. Furthermore, he owns U.S. Treasury bonds and physical gold, worth an estimated range of $100,000 to $250,000. With his properties and financial ventures providing a consistent stream of income through capital gains and dividends, it's no surprise he's considered one of the richest presidents in history. If you like this video, make sure to click the on-screen card now for more content. The moment Donald Trump steps outside his home, a meticulously coordinated effort springs into action. From flying across the country aboard his opulent private jets, to traveling in a convoy of armored vehicles, or cruising on the iconic Trump Princess, every aspect of his transit is shrouded in secrecy and planned with precision. What does it take to discreetly transport a former president with such an enormous public persona? In this video, we're uncovering the intricacies behind Donald Trump's highly secure and exceptionally lavish travel setups, spanning the skies, the seas, and everything in between. Get ready to explore the realm of private jets, bespoke vehicles, helicopters, and a presidential level of confidentiality. Without further delay, let's dive in. Trump's private jets. When you hear the term flying fortress, you might envision a heavily armed military plane. However, Donald Trump's Boeing 757, famously nicknamed Trump Force One, completely reimagines that concept, blending opulence, strength, and protection. Purchased in 2011 for an estimated $100 million, this aircraft is far more than just a way to get from point A to point B. It's an airborne palace offering an unparalleled combination of luxury and safety. Picture cruising at 30,000 feet while surrounded by an environment so extravagant it would put any five-star hotel to shame, all encapsulated within a fortress of security. Step into Trump Force One, and you're met with a literal gold-accented dream. The meticulously crafted interiors showcase opulent gold-plated finishes and exquisitely detailed wood paneling, radiating an air of wealth and authority. Designed for ultimate comfort and exclusivity, the spacious cabin accommodates only 43 passengers instead of the original 250, guaranteeing an unparalleled luxury experience. From the sumptuous carpets beneath your feet to the refined lighting above, every element is thoughtfully curated to emanate elegance. This isn't merely air travel. It's an indulgent journey. Now let's focus on the centerpiece of this airborne sanctuary, the private bedroom. Say goodbye to the cramped confines of typical airplane seating. A king-size bed covered with premium linens ensures unmatched relaxation, making it easy to forget you're soaring high in the sky. Need to rejuvenate? A private bathroom, complete with a full shower, allows you to disembark feeling as refreshed as if you just visited a spa. Imagine enjoying this level of comfort on a transcontinental journey. Who wouldn't want to step into Trump's shoes, even for a single day? Naturally, no trip would feel complete without some top-tier entertainment, and Trump Force One certainly delivers on that front. Boasting a cutting-edge entertainment system, the aircraft comes equipped with expansive flat-screen TVs, a high-quality surround sound setup, and an extensive collection of movies and television shows. Whether Trump is in the mood to catch up on current events, enjoy a classic movie, or stream a favorite episode of The Apprentice, the variety of options is virtually limitless. Imagine it, a personal theater at 30,000 feet, because why settle for anything less? And then there's the dining. While the typical image of airplane food usually involves uninspiring, reheated meals, Trump Force One flips the script. Its state-of-the-art kitchen is capable of preparing anything Trump desires, from a well-done steak to fast food staples. The dining space itself, featuring elegant tableware and plush seating, creates a refined ambience for enjoying a gourmet dining experience at cruising altitude. Picture a luxury restaurant seamlessly soaring through the skies, turning every bite into an unforgettable occasion. But this flying powerhouse isn't just about luxury. There's a serious focus on security as well. In a world where safety is of utmost importance, especially for a former president, Trump Force One is fortified with state-of-the-art communication and security measures, including bulletproof windows and a reinforced outer shell. It's a sophisticated flying stronghold built to ensure both comfort and protection. Whether he's striking significant business deals or savoring a quiet moment of relaxation, Trump does so with absolute confidence. After all, being Donald Trump means avoiding turbulence, both literal and metaphorical. However, his journey through the skies didn't begin with the iconic 757. Preceding the jet now dubbed Trump Force One was a Boeing 727, a testament to his affluence and prominence. Purchased in 1997, this tri-engine aircraft was adorned with extravagant features, including gold-plated seatbelts, a private bedroom, and a royal-worthy dining area. Yet, its fuel consumption proved costly, with operational expenses reaching $10,000 per hour. It's hardly surprising that Trump eventually upgraded to the 757, a jet that marries efficiency with luxury. Who says being practical can't come with indulgence? And then there's Trump's Cessna Citation X, a 9-passenger business jet celebrated for its incredible speed. Because for Trump, even his planes have to be the fastest. Also acquired in 1997, the Citation X frequently accompanied him on the campaign trail, racing between rallies at speeds just shy of supersonic. But like any aircraft, it too came with its peculiarities. Back in 2016, Trump found himself in the headlines for continuing to operate the Citation X even after its registration had lapsed, a slip-up for which he held the FAA responsible. This unexpected misstep, however, didn't diminish the aircraft's prominence in his fleet, where it remained until it was eventually sold in 2024. Beyond his jets, Trump's collection also boasted multiple Sikorsky S-76 helicopters, which we'll delve into further in this video. Each was as extravagant as you might imagine, complete with leather upholstery, gold accents, and African mahogany trim, features that transformed even short flights into opulent experiences. Adorned with his signature branding, these helicopters were far more than mere aircraft. They were airborne symbols of sophistication and dominance. As Trump campaigns for the 2024 presidency, his iconic Trump Force One continues to be the centerpiece of his aviation assets. This aircraft has become a powerful emblem, whether serving as a dramatic rally backdrop or a venue for pivotal meetings. For Donald Trump, travel has always been more than a means of transportation. It's an opportunity to project influence. And with Trump Force One, that projection rings loud and true. Luxury, authority, and an uncompromising emphasis on security. Who wouldn't dream of taking to the skies like that? Yet, when Trump isn't cruising at high altitudes, his presence on the roads is no less impressive. His collection of vehicles reflects the same opulence and meticulous design seen in Trump Force One. So, which cars stand out in Trump's remarkable fleet? Let's start with the legendary Trump Limousine, a custom Cadillac stretch vehicle that takes luxury to an entirely new level. However, its polished exterior belies its true nature. This limousine is essentially a rolling fortress, equipped with armor that can endure gunfire and even blasts, offering unmatched protection. And those dark-tinted windows? They're far more than a stylish touch. They provide the pinnacle of seclusion, sealing the outside world away while preserving his private domain. Within, the atmosphere exudes luxury, meeting and exceeding expectations. Think sumptuous leather upholstery, a mini bar stocked with premium spirits, and cutting-edge communication systems that enable Trump to manage his affairs, even as he cruises through city streets. It strikes the ultimate balance between elegance and practicality. Would you truly anticipate anything less? Moving on, there's Trump's custom-designed SUV, a formidable powerhouse built to tackle both urban environments and untamed wilderness. This is no ordinary SUV. It's a fortress on wheels, featuring high-tech security enhancements like bulletproof windows and reinforced armor. Now imagine this. Trump is en route to a rally, and the road ahead suddenly transforms into rough terrain. No sweat. This SUV dominates rugged terrains with ease, offering a ride that's both smooth and secure. Inside, it's a paradise for tech enthusiasts, featuring satellite communication, advanced entertainment options, and a roomy interior perfect for unwinding and comfort. But it's not solely about safety. It's about guaranteeing Trump experiences luxury and style no matter the destination, paved or not. Now, switching to a classic touch, Trump's Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud stands as the pinnacle of timeless sophistication. This vintage masterpiece is more than just a vehicle. It's a symbol of automotive heritage. Boasting elegant contours and a meticulously crafted interior, the Silver Cloud reflects Trump's admiration for traditional artistry. Picture the attention it commands as it glides down the road. Its very existence is a tribute to a time when grace and refinement dominated the automotive world. The Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud isn't merely a mode of transportation. It's a statement of arrival in utmost style. On the subject of style, we can't overlook Trump's Bentley Continental GT, renowned for its impressive power and opulent design. This vehicle is a staple among the world's elite. With its meticulously crafted leather upholstery and cutting-edge sound system, the Bentley offers an oasis of comfort on the move. However, don't let its tranquil cabin mislead you. Beneath its sleek exterior lies a ferocious engine that promises a thrilling ride. The Continental GT epitomizes Trump's penchant for blending speed with luxury, a combination that is both electrifying and sophisticated. And, naturally, his fascination with high-performance vehicles extends far beyond Bentleys and Rolls-Royces. At one point, he owned a Lamborghini Diablo, a vehicle widely regarded as one of the most legendary supercars ever made. Stylish, incredibly fast, and unapologetically daring, the Diablo is a car that simply cannot go unnoticed. Though Trump ultimately decided to part ways with this Italian marvel, it remains an important highlight of his storied history with luxurious automobiles. The Lamborghini Diablo is far more than just transportation. It's a symbol that perfectly captures Trump's flair for the exceptional. And then we come to the Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren, a standout even among the remarkable vehicles in Trump's collection. Designed with inspiration from Formula One and featuring distinctive gull-wing doors, the SLR McLaren combines breathtaking power with striking elegance. Beneath the hood, its supercharged V8 engine growls to life, offering a driving experience that's nothing short of electrifying. The Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren isn't just any car. It represents Trump's admiration for cutting-edge innovation and top-tier performance. One has to wonder, what must it feel like to own something that's equal parts exhilarating ride and a masterpiece of automotive design? However, it's not just about high speeds and luxury vehicles. Among Trump's car collection is the uniquely charming Cadillac Alante, a convertible powered by a V8 engine that Cadillac gifted to him. Naturally, it's finished in gold, his signature color. This eye-catching car doubles as both a mode of transport and a fascinating conversation starter. The Elante's elegant exterior and plush interior perfectly embody Trump's preference for standout automobiles with character. Adding a surprising twist to his garage is a Tesla Roadster, an all-electric sports car that seems to counter his public skepticism of climate change. The Roadster brings an intriguing, eco-conscious element to his lineup. With its sleek aesthetics and zero emissions, it represents an innovative departure from his usual taste, a surprising yet noteworthy addition. And just when it seems his penchant for luxury can't be topped, in comes the 24-karat gold Orange County Chopper. This custom-built motorcycle, adorned with genuine gold accents, exemplifies Trump's fondness for magnificent displays of wealth. Designed by Paul Tatul Sr., co-founder of Orange County Choppers, the bike stands as much a masterpiece of craftsmanship as it does a bold statement on wheels. The 24-karat gold motorcycle stands as the pinnacle of opulence and artisanal skill. After all, why opt for an ordinary bike when you can own one crafted from gold? From extravagant limousines to custom motorcycles, Trump's collection of vehicles exists in a class of its own. These aren't merely tools for getting from point A to point B. They're bold declarations, showcasing Trump's flair for the exceptional and a penchant for grandeur. So, the next time you spot a polished limousine or a thunderous supercar, pause and consider, what message does your ride convey about you? For Trump, his vehicles speak volumes. And when it comes to luxury, his extravagant lifestyle doesn't stop at the shore. In the skies, his impressive fleet of helicopters rivals his private jets and lavish yachts in both sophistication and practicality. Now, let's delve into Trump's yachts, where elegance, agility, and tactical design converge so effortlessly, like the iconic Trump Princess. Out on the vast ocean, Donald Trump cruises in grandeur aboard the Trump Princess, a luxurious yacht that perfectly embodies his opulent way of living. This isn't merely a boat. It's a floating palace that exudes affluence, dominance, and an unyielding dedication to extravagance. However, before Trump claimed this magnificent vessel as his own, it had already lived a history as extraordinary as any tale crafted about the world's elite. The origins of this remarkable yacht trace back to Adnan Khashoggi, a Saudi arms dealer infamous for both his lavish lifestyle and his influential connections. During the 1970s, Khashoggi approached celebrated British designer John Bannenberg to construct what would become the most luxurious yacht ever envisioned. The end result was Navila, an 86-meter-long marvel that exceeded $35 million in construction costs. Its true magnificence, however, was not merely in its size, but in the exquisite interior design by Italian visionary Luigi Sturcio. Picture a yacht so extravagantly crafted that its interior alone outspent the cost of the vessel itself. Named after Khashoggi's only daughter, Navila was launched in 1980 and stood as a testament to both engineering brilliance and sheer luxury. It was built to operate entirely independently, featuring astonishing amenities like a patisserie, a 3-chair hair salon, a cinema with an 800-film collection, and even a full hospital equipped with an operating room. This was no ordinary yacht. It was a kingdom afloat, staffed by a 52-member crew, outfitted with a helipad, and flanked by 2 9-meter tenders for seamless shore access. Navila stood as the epitome of extravagance. Boasting a cruising speed of 17.5 knots, it could traverse 8,500 nautical miles on a single fuel tank while generating 45,000 liters of fresh water each day. Imagine it. Khashoggi could host a continuous 3-month celebration for 100 guests without ever needing to dock. And host he did. Navila wasn't merely an emblem of luxury. It doubled as a strategic tool for conducting high-level business. Khashoggi turned this yacht into the setting for some of the most extravagant events imaginable, welcoming movie stars, political figures, and diplomats alike. Picture the scene. 5 heads of state, including 3 monarchs, entertained simultaneously in suites equipped with 150 telephones and cutting-edge satellite communications. Discussions were had, arms deals were negotiated, and when signatures were required, the yacht would drift into international waters, conveniently avoiding territorial regulations on business transactions. A truly glamorous way to broker deals. Yet, as the old adage goes, nothing lasts forever. By the mid-1980s, as Khashoggi's empire unraveled, he found himself seeking a hefty $50 million loan. Navila was used as collateral, but after a default on the deal, the yacht ended up in the hands of a Swiss holding company. The company tasked Burgess, a yacht brokerage, with selling it off swiftly. Entered Donald Trump, who, upon discovering Navila was available, made an immediate cash offer. Although there were 2 other competitors, Trump's bold $30 million bid clinched the deal, even though he had never stepped aboard the yacht before. Talk about confidence. Trump wasted no time transforming Navila into his own masterpiece. He spent $8.5 million on a refit in the Netherlands, overseen by Els. The overhaul included repainting the hull, rebuilding the main engines, and replacing 320 meters of chamois leather. One of the more ostentatious cabins was redesigned into a children's room, while the yacht's hair salon was converted into a cloakroom. Renamed the Trump Princess, the vessel departed from the Azores in June 1988 and sailed into New York on July 4th. Perfectly timed for a grand celebration hosted by the Trumps. The Trump Princess stands as a lavish floating sanctuary. Its cabin walls are wrapped in sumptuous chamois leather paired with birds on maple detailing. The bathrooms, masterpieces of luxury, feature intricately hand-carved onyx created by Italy's most skilled craftsmen. Among the standout accommodations is the Ruby Suite, a marvel of indulgence, showcasing a ceiling made of tortoise shell, a generously sized bed spanning 3 meters, and even a discreet, hidden exit, because, honestly, what opulent yacht doesn't require one? The owner's suite elevates extravagance with a dressing room lined with mirrors, an onyx-adorned bathroom featuring floor tiles arranged in a radiant sunburst design, a barbershop chair, and an elaborate shower equipped with 13 scalloped shell-styled nozzles. Additional features include a built-in sauna and a private elevator connecting to a sun deck that houses a bar, food pantry, arcade systems, and a unique circular swimming pool safeguarded by bulletproof glass. If this doesn't scream unparalleled decadence, what does? Naturally, Trump employed the Trump Princess for more than just family getaways. During the summer, the vessel could be seen cruising along the East Coast, making frequent appearances docked at the Atlantic City Marina as a striking visual backdrop for Trump's Castle Hotel. The yacht also served elite purposes, catering to select charitable events and the most exclusive high rollers who dropped millions annually at the casinos. It was an awe-inspiring display of astronomical wealth, crafted to evoke envy in anyone who laid eyes on it. Ultimately, the Trump Princess is more than just a yacht. It stands as a symbol, a colossal vessel so imposing that it could overshadow the pride of other yacht owners. This magnificent ship serves as a floating testament to the immense power, vast riches, and unapologetic extravagance that characterized Donald Trump's lifestyle. And really, isn't that the dream for many of us? A life so abundant that even the toys are too grand to use. On that note, Trump's indulgence in luxury goes far beyond the waves. In the skies, his collection of helicopters rivals his yachts and jets in both sophistication and high-end appeal. Helicopters. These airborne marvels combine agility, opulence, and strategic finesse, mirroring the essence of Trump himself. In a fast-paced world where time equates to money and security reigns supreme, the former president's preference for helicopters over conventional transportation speaks volumes. It's not just about practicality. It's a deliberate choice, prioritizing his safety and the level of privacy essential for an individual of his prominence. Yet, these aren't ordinary helicopters. They're airborne fortresses, crafted to keep Trump both figuratively and literally ahead of the game and out of the crossfire. Among the standout assets in Trump's private helicopter fleet is the Sikorsky S-76, an impressive feat of modern engineering that seamlessly blends security with luxury. Picture gliding through the skies in a cabin so whisper quiet. Advanced noise reduction technology ensures the faint whir of the rotors hardly interrupts a confidential conversation or the serene atmosphere of a high-altitude trek. For Trump, who must frequently manage sensitive discussions and make critical decisions while on the go, this peaceful environment isn't just a perk, it's essential. But let's not ignore the indulgence. Step into the Sikorsky S-76, and you're welcomed by an interior that radiates extravagance. The roomy cabin is equipped with large panoramic windows, providing breathtaking views of the landscape below, a testament to the authority and magnetism associated with Trump's name. Lavish, meticulously crafted seating guarantees that each trip combines unparalleled comfort with sophistication. Naturally, no journey bearing the Trump name would be considered complete without cutting-edge entertainment systems, ensuring access to the latest headlines or a moment of diversion, even while soaring high above the earth. Still, despite its opulence, what truly distinguishes Trump's helicopters is their ability to respond with remarkable speed. In a fast-moving world where circumstances shift rapidly, Trump's capacity to transition from one place to another in record time becomes indispensable. Whether shuttling between appointments or making a prompt exit in times of uncertainty, the Sikorsky S-76 offers the versatility to take off and touch down almost anywhere, delivering an extraordinary level of adaptability to his travel needs. This isn't merely transportation. It's a strategic edge, a mode of staying one step ahead at all times. Speaking of staying ahead, personal safety remains a constant focus for someone with Trump's prominence. Helicopters present a distinct advantage in this arena. Picture a scenario where the skies provide the ultimate refuge, enabling swift evacuation from any site at the earliest sign of potential danger. These aerial vehicles possess the capability to touch down at confidential and secure sites, making it exceedingly difficult for any adversaries to trace his movements. In critical situations, the capacity to swiftly evacuate and safeguard Trump isn't merely valuable, it's absolutely vital. And, of course, there's the strategic use of misdirection, because what high-stakes operation would be complete without a bit of subterfuge? This is where decoy helicopters come into play. To guarantee Trump's protection, several identical choppers often take off simultaneously, each one indistinguishable from the others. This method, referred to as helicopter decoying, isn't just an ingenious tactic, but a meticulously crafted approach frequently employed during missions requiring heightened security. It's almost like a scene from a blockbuster film. Imagine attempting to determine which helicopter is genuine as they weave through the sky. The element of enigma it brings to Trump's travel logistics feels reminiscent of a spy novel. Moreover, his helicopters aren't limited to flying solely within U.S. borders either. In 2018, during his trip to the United Kingdom, he chose to travel between London and his Scottish golf resort by helicopter. This decision allowed him to avoid traffic-clogged roads while ensuring stringent security protocols were upheld. The intricacies involved in such international helicopter travel are remarkable, requiring close collaboration with local agencies and exhaustive pre-flight arrangements. Every element is meticulously scrutinized to guarantee a smooth operation. Behind the curtains, a committed team, including seasoned pilots, security specialists, and logistical staff, works tirelessly to ensure these flights proceed without a hitch. The pilots, highly skilled and experienced in flying prominent figures, undergo extensive preparation to address any potential in-air challenges. Security personnel conduct an exhaustive inspection of both the aircraft and its surroundings ahead of departure, employing cutting-edge surveillance tools to detect threats. Simultaneously, the ground staff handles everything from fuel to catering, ensuring that all aspects of the journey function seamlessly. Of course, there's a substantial financial aspect to consider. Operating a fleet of premium helicopters is far from inexpensive. For instance, the Sikorsky S-76 comes with a staggering $15 million price tag, not to mention the additional multi-million-dollar annual costs associated with upkeep and operations. It's an expense that few can justify, yet for Trump, it represents a modest investment in the comfort, safety, and opulence that these helicopters offer. But why helicopters? Why incur such steep costs, implement intricate security protocols, and demand painstaking coordination? Because for Donald Trump, every second is a chance to stay ahead of the curve, outmaneuver rivals, and maintain an untouchable image. His helicopters serve as more than just a means of transportation. They're a symbol of power, a fortress in the clouds, and proof of the extraordinary measures he'll take to safeguard his empire. After all, who wouldn't want to ascend the skies in luxury, with the world beneath them and endless potential above? Still, beyond the array of lavish cars, private jets, helicopters, and even his yacht, there's one key element essential to completing the picture: his security. Let's be clear, Trump doesn't have the freedom to take casual trips or holidays like the rest of us. You'll always notice a team of personnel nearby, ensuring his protection remains a top priority. Confidentiality and protection. Regarding Donald Trump's unique and high-stakes travel arrangements, the security protocols in place are nothing short of a Hollywood thriller come to life. Picture a movie where the protagonist is under constant surveillance by a team of exceptionally skilled, highly discreet, and elite security professionals. These individuals effortlessly blend into the shadows, always primed to act at a moment's notice. However, this isn't a scene from a screenplay. It's the reality meticulously orchestrated by the U.S. Secret Service to guarantee Trump's safety, akin to a monarch secure within his fortress. But who exactly are these protectors? Envision a group so elite that ordinary security personnel pale by comparison. These agents are not only chosen from the absolute best, but are also renowned for their physical capability, razor-sharp instincts, and the ability to remain composed under the most intense pressure. Rumor has it that Trump has a preference for agents who are, let's say, particularly easy on the eyes. When you're among the globe's most closely observed individuals, even your security team has to match the image. If they fall short, they're replaced. It's reminiscent of a high-stakes reality show, only with far more serious consequences. Now, let's dive into the technology. Have you ever wondered what's concealed behind the heavily tinted windows of Trump's vehicles or within the lengthy motorcade weaving through traffic? Sure, there's reinforced armor and bulletproof glass, but that's just the beginning. The true innovation lies in the state-of-the-art surveillance and communication systems integrated into every vehicle, aircraft, and even the golf carts he uses. Imagine a mobile command post, equipped with real-time GPS tracking, top-secret encrypted communication lines straight out of a spy film, and cutting-edge monitoring tools designed to detect and neutralize potential dangers before they arise. It's a high-stakes strategy game where every move has been calculated and every precaution accounted for. Air travel is where things truly become fascinating. Imagine this: Trump's private Boeing 757s cutting through the skies, not merely a symbol of luxury, but a high-tech fortress in motion. The Secret Service works alongside the FAA, TSA, and a multitude of other agencies to ensure each flight is safeguarded with the precision of Fort Knox. This aircraft isn't just about opulence. It's armed with state-of-the-art security measures, from encrypted communication systems to, surprisingly, anti-missile technology. Every flight route is planned down to the last detail, complete with alternative paths and pre-designated emergency landing sites, ready to be utilized at a moment's notice. For every potential mishap, there's another contingency plan lined up. But what about when Trump shifts to ground transportation? That's where the motorcade comes in. A mobile stronghold where every vehicle has a specific mission in this meticulously orchestrated display of security. A pilot car leads the procession, scanning the route for any dangers, while the package car carrying Trump is surrounded by an array of decoys and support vehicles, forming an impenetrable convoy. Getting from point A to point B isn't just about reaching the destination. It's about doing so while staying ready for anything, maintaining constant communication with the command center to ensure that every moment is accounted for and every conceivable threat is tracked. And when situations take a turn for the worse, that's when the safe houses come into play. These hidden, strategically placed strongholds along Trump's travel routes act like a superhero's secret hideout, designed to provide immediate protection. But these aren't just ordinary shelters. They're stocked with critical supplies and advanced medical gear, capable of safeguarding Trump and providing treatment if a worst-case scenario unfolds. Picture this: a rapid retreat to a concealed location where he's enveloped in security until the danger subsides. But their efforts extend far beyond safe refuges. The Secret Service employs a vast security network, complete with counter-surveillance tactics that feel ripped from the pages of a spy novel. There are electronic jamming systems. Check. Undercover operatives who seamlessly blend into crowds while carefully observing potential dangers. Double check. These highly trained agents can detect anything from an emerging cyber threat to a possible assassin, leaving no room for oversight in their mission to protect Trump. At the heart of this cutting-edge technology lies a foundation built on timeless human ingenuity. The Secret Service isn't solely defined by its arsenal of gadgets or firearms. Its mission revolves around anticipating potential threats long before they materialize. Achieving this requires gathering intelligence through informants, keeping a close watch on social media for even the smallest signs of danger, and collaborating seamlessly with other law enforcement agencies. The objective? To eliminate risks before they ever come close to reaching Trump. But here's the catch. Safeguarding Trump isn't just a logistical masterpiece. It's also incredibly costly. In just 1 year, hotel stays and transportation costs alone for the Secret Service have soared past $1.3 million. That includes almost $800,000 spent on hotel accommodations, approximately $300,000 allocated for rental vehicles, and more than $260,000 spent on air and rail transportation. If you assume that protecting a former president was as straightforward as assigning a few bodyguards, think again. It's a highly coordinated operation where expenses are not spared, because in this field, there's no room for cutting corners. So, the next time you spot a motorcade speeding past or a private jet soaring through the sky, remember, it's far more than just moving from point A to point B. It's about executing an intricate network of security protocols, each more sophisticated than the last, all designed to ensure one individual's safety. And rest assured, the Secret Service is prepared to go to any lengths necessary to keep Trump out of harm's way. After all, in their profession, being overly cautious simply doesn't exist. If you like this video, be sure to explore more incredible content on our channel. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next one.